Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We want to take a more detailed look at the Solana chart here. Due to the price action that we see at the moment, we can see still an overall bullish scenario on the chart. You can see there's still a lot of buyers around, so it's probably not a bad idea to track that bullish scenario. And we highlighted that as long as Solana stays above $12, the overall uptrend is not broken, okay? Especially this is one of the coins that in the current decline, or in this decline that occurred into the 10th of June lows, Solana did not break the 78.6 retracement. Some coins did, and some coins made even new bear market lows. Solana, from that point of view, quite robust, and therefore we haven't also changed our perspective here and continue to track an overall bullish scenario. So the idea was that Solana obviously rallied in a wave 1 in an impulse, should have come down into this support region, which it did, turned around, happy days. We now need to be watching for the first deeper pullback, because it is still possible that Solana makes one more low in this WXYXZ correction. Now, as highlighted in previous videos, these types of corrections are extremely rare. They are extremely rare, and from that point of view, if the support level holds here highlighted in yellow, then we have a valid 1-2 setup and can look at higher into the $30, $40, $50 region next. That would be a proper breakout, and it would be a proper third wave rally, something that could have already happened from here, but it was only a 3-wave move up that Solana showed us. So the idea is still that a 1-2 setup here is emerging or has already completed. We will only know this if we get the first deeper pullback after this rally. And at the moment, the rally is not stopping. And as I highlighted to you, if this really is a leading diagonal, this doesn't really have a target. Diagonals run as long as they run. You need to understand the difference between an impulsive wave structure and a diagonal. This here is not an impulse because you have too much overlaps, yeah? And you don't have the right proportions between the waves. So in a diagonal, you have, you can have overlapping price action, plus you have corrective subwaves as the waves, basically, the subwaves, right? So for example, wave 1 would be an ABC, wave 2 as well, wave 3 as well. That's why the wave 3 has 3 waves. Okay, so I'm watching for a possible completion of this leading diagonal, but can't really tell you when, because these run as long as they run. When they get exhausted and when they get a pullback, then we can solidify the relevant support area for the wave 2. At the moment, I've put an estimate on the chart, and what I highlighted to you in the last few days, that certain levels would need to break to us. That certain levels would need to break for us to know or have a good indication that the wave 2 pullback has started. Those levels haven't broken. And the last level I gave you, that was yesterday, is $19.30. The last swing low hasn't broken. So it can still easily push a little higher. It's now attacking the resistance areas that I mentioned. So it broke out of this descending wedge, is rallying higher, and is now approaching structural resistance. We can easily add the VRVP to the chart. Don't have it on the chart. Let me just add that here. Don't have it on all charts. So it just shows us some of the volume profiles. I just need to select and make it a little bit more fine grained. So let me just... So what it shows to us is that in this region here, yeah, as you can see, volume is increasing again, historical volume. So looking at this area down here, that it used to rise quite quickly, there wasn't much historical volume. There wasn't much up and down. There weren't many areas of trade. We're now approaching an area here. You can see it just by looking at the price, this range, which basically started at around about $20 and goes all the way up to, you could say, 25. This is an area of resistance based on historical volume, historical areas of trade. We've identified the historical peaks that we think matter on this chart to see if price can react to them. 22.40, $23.30 and $24 are the relevant resistances, with $26.80 probably being the most relevant one. Why is 2680 the most relevant one? Easy to see. If we zoom out, you can see that this level up there, 2680, price hasn't been above this level since November 22. So since then, all price action occurred below that level. That will be the real test for the bulls. If we can break above that level, then indeed maybe something much more bullish is going on, in line with the scenario that we're tracking anyway. But if we are below that level, I mean, this will be hard to get through. Yeah, you can see we had support in June 22, in October, and then we fell through quickly. And since then, we haven't managed to get above that level. That is a relevant level. And if we now go back to the 4-hour chart, what I wanted to indicate here is the next resistance is obviously 2240, 2330, 24. 24 being quite an important one, I think. Had quite a few reactions to it in the past. And at the moment, it doesn't make any impression. It wants to stop. So typical crypto rally. But just be aware that at some point these diagonals get exhausted. But without having a break below the recent swing low, which in this case will be 1930, it's probably going to go higher and extend the trend. Now, one more level to watch if we take the resistances. Yeah, because as I said, this could still be a WXYXZ correction. It will really depend on, can price hold this wave 2 support area. So if we draw the resistances, you can see that at 2330 we have the 78.6 retracement. Now, if this is an X wave, in an ideal world it wouldn't go above it. So it is certainly a level where we can see if price reacts to it. And the thing is, we've got resistance there structurally, plus here the fib resistance. So pay attention to that level, that's all I'm saying. And yeah, I think for now, the overall uptrend is set to continue. Certainly one of the more interesting charts at the moment. If a pullback occurs, support is between 1493 and 1881. Doesn't mean it has to come down all the way to find 1493. But then we need to look at these fib levels. But we can really only solidify them and fix them if we have determined a top in wave 1, which we can't do yet. Yeah, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And yeah, also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find additional content there every day about trading, TA, mindset, Elliott wave, and much more. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.